Hi everybody. I wanted to share with you some takeaways from last week in the Millionaire Mind Intensive that Dr. Dennis Cummins spoke to us. He was the facilitator for 3 days. One of the things he told us to do was to write a success journal, to write down 5 things every night that we succeeded in that day. And he explains that all too often we walk by the mirror and instead of saying, "Yes, you're amazing," or "Yes," what do? We see all our faults, our bags under our eyes, our crooked nose, our overweight, our too tall, too short. He says we need to focus more on our successes and to celebrate them. So at night, if you start to write down 5 things that you succeeded in that day, first of all, don't forget to celebrate, even if it means just going, "Yes," or tap yourself on the back. Once you're focusing so much on success that all of a sudden, sooner or later, in the middle of the sleep, you're going to start to think of things that you need to do tomorrow to succeed, and you're going to attract more reasons to have success. So I really liked this, and I wanted to share it with you. And one of my aha moments was we had to take a 45-inch wooden rod with about a 1-inch metal tip and break it right here in the soft part of our neck, using the neck, not our hands, against someone else's hand. We had to break a wooden stick. So when he first asked if anyone wasn't going to do it, I and probably 5 other people stood up out of 300 and said, "I'm not doing that." And a little voice in my head was saying, "Don't do it. You were just in the emergency room. You already had thyroid surgery. You don't need anything else. You don't need to rip open your neck." And he started screaming at all of us, saying, "How do you win a game if you don't play it? At least sign the release form." So I signed the release form and I said, "Okay, maybe I won't do it." And then I kept hoping that it was like April Fool's and it wasn't going to happen. But sure enough, he broke the stick, and then we were divided into groups of 10 and handed big glass goggles. And slowly but surely, everyone started breaking the stick. And I said, "Okay, don't be a chicken. You'll have to do it." So after I did it, my breakthrough was stop listening to those little voices. The little voice that says, "Sleep an hour late, don't go to the gym, have your cookie, you deserve a treat, don't do this exercise, it's going to hurt you." So that I thought was my breakthrough, not to listen to your little voices. Then when everyone was done, he says, "How many of you think this was a great accomplishment?" And about half the room raised their hand. And then he said, "And how many of you think it was not a big deal?" And I raised my hand because after the fact, it didn't seem so hard. So he said, "Stay with your hands raised." He says, "I want you to know you just robbed yourself of another success." That little voice that told you not to do it is that same voice that's now not allowing you to enjoy your huge accomplishment, and it's telling you it was no deal, no big deal, you didn't accomplish anything. He says, "Hey, hell, you did accomplish something major. How many people go and will break a rod, a wood and metal rod, with their neck, with the thin part of their neck here, the soft part of their neck?" He said, "That was a huge accomplishment." Stop listening to those little voices that are telling you when you do something great that it's not so great, or not to do anything great. It wants to keep us stuck or comfortable in whatever we're used to. But we have to recognize that it's a voice telling us to keep ourselves back and to stand up and say, "No, you know what? I'm going to break the stick. I'm going to make a difference in my life. I'm going to change from where I am to where I want to be," and stop listening to those little voices. And lastly, celebrate your successes. It doesn't have to be monetary. You don't have to buy yourself a gift every time you succeed, but at least tap yourself on the back, look in the mirror and say, "You are amazing," or hug yourself, or yes yourself, or do a happy dance, whatever it may be. Remember to celebrate your successes. I hope you enjoy this video and have a wonderful day. I love you. Bye.